I wanna rock with you all night, dancing in the sunlight or moonlight. Is it moon? Is it sun or is it moon? We don't know. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing it's kind of like an all things skincare. Just basically like, okay, so let me start, rewind. Beginning of quarantine, really got into my skincare, really wanted to hit some target points in my skincare routine. So this is gonna sound bad, but I just tried stuff. Like I did my research first, and I watched reviews, I got tips and tricks from other people and stuff like that. Like I obviously didn't just jump in and be like, oh my gosh, like I want this, I want this, I want this. And like, no, like I actually looked stuff up, look what would be good for me, because my skin is like super sensitive. Like literally anything will break me out. So yeah, I started my skincare like journey, and today I'm just gonna share some things that worked for me, might work for you, might not work, that you might be interested in, you might want to, you know a little bit more about. So that's what I'm gonna do. And when I say skincare, most of it is obviously gonna be focused on the face region, but I also have some stuff that is like body, giving you body. So I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm going to start with stuff that I liked, and then we're going to get into the stuff that I didn't like. So I tried a lot of the ordinary stuff because I was like, this is affordable. I hear it works. Like, why not? Like, I'm balling on a budget, so might as well get some affordable skincare. I have two things from the ordinary that I still continue in my routine to this day. Like I said, I started this at the beginning of quarantine, so it's been a while. I've tried stuff out. This video was supposed to happen in September, but it didn't. These I've tried for at least more than a month, for sure. So I just want to say that at first. Oh, and then I'm also going to put a disclaimer that I am not a professional. I am a skincare beginner, and I don't know, I don't want you to think that like I'm the answer. I'm not. Like I literally just bought some things, and I'm gonna just tell you what I like. Like I feel like you should do your research, consult with somebody, esthetician, a dermatologist, somebody to help you. But I'm gonna just tell you what I like, and if you wanna go with that, then that's on you. So I'm gonna start with the Niacinamide plus Zinc. Love her. I also like took some notes, so I'm gonna like tell you what they're supposed to do, and then I'm gonna tell you what they did for me. So niacinamide is supposed to reduce the appearance of skin blemishes and congestion. Now for me, what she did was she helped with my hyperpigmentation a lot. Like not my post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is from like your acne and stuff. I had like other discoloration on my face, majority like around my hairline, my forehead, and a little bit on my like, what's it called, like cheek contour. So she knocked those bitches out. She knocked them out. I'm gonna show you the consistency. Hopefully it's a little goopy, you know. Look at her. I hope that showed it. I really like her. She does feel a little tacky, like when you rub her in. But that really doesn't bother me at all. So I still use her. I love her. And she will be in my skincare routine until the end of my days. And it's very gentle. It didn't break me out. I didn't have any purging or anything like that. She really just like worked, and she worked on the discoloration pretty fastly. Now as far as my post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, she ain't do much. But I was like, okay, if you keep away the other, I mean, you're doing something for me. So I kept it in my routine. I think I need to use her longer for it to work on my PIH because obviously it takes time. So that's the niacinamide. Love her, highly recommend. The next one is this caffeine solution. Now this is to reduce the appearance of your eye contour pigmentation, like dark circles and puffiness, and that's what she did. Now I will say this, the eye cream that I'm about to tell you about right after this one is supposed to do the same thing. So when I bought both of them at the same time, and I started using both of them at the same time, so I am not 100% sure of which one is doing it, but the combo is doing it, period. So so yeah, that works. So that's just a heads up. Like, I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm gonna go get this caffeine solution is gonna do the same thing that it did for Payton, because that might not be true, because the eye cream that I have is supposed to do the same thing too. So, but yeah, it did work a lot, pretty heavily. And my thing is like, I don't have like, I didn't have like very dark circles. Like, it was more of just like, I can tell that there's a difference from the next near part of my face. So I could tell that there was a difference for sure, even though my dark circles weren't like black eyes, like, you know. One thing I didn't really like about her, and yes, they're probably all gonna be girls, was she gets like cakey around the rim, and I don't know if that's because of me and what I'm doing, or but this is the consistency. And literally, when I tell you, I've had this since probably April or June, and I haven't had to buy another one. The niacinamide I had, but that one, literally you need like less. I'm not even gonna say a drop, because sometimes I put a drop and it's just way too much. So you need like a drop. So that's a really good thing about that, and it works. So there's that. The next thing is my eye cream, which is Origins, not the Ordinary. The other two were the Ordinary, and my eye cream is Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream to Brighten and Depuff. See, so it does the same thing, but I use them together. So it's supposed to brighten and helps restore radiance to tired looking eyes. Massages away visible dark circles, under eye bags, and puffiness. And the thing about this is it also has caffeine in it. So maybe because of the double action that I was, you know, doing, maybe that is what did it for the dark circles. But it also has caffeine in it. I really like it. You really only need like a little bit. I think I've rebought this one like once. So this is my second little jar. If you want to, the thing is like, I try to be as affordable as possible because I'm now funding myself. So they're affordable. So if you want to try both, then I mean, it won't break the bank, you know. So that's another thing that I like about both of them, because some eye creams be like hella for no reason, and it's like, why? Oop. And you really only need like barely any for that too. Another thing that I like is the pan-oxybenzoyl peroxide, and I'll probably just insert a picture of that because I don't feel like, I mean, I don't want to mess up my recording situation just to grab it. It is right there on my dresser, but still I'm not going to get it, so I will insert a picture. That one I didn't write down what I needed to write down for it, but I know that it helps with, I don't want to be wrong, let me just look it up. So it's ideal for acne prone skin. It can be used 2 to 3 times a day. So I was using this twice a day. I barely stopped using it today because of what I'm going to tell you about later in the video. So I stopped using it last night. That was my last time washing with it. No, yesterday morning. Kills acne causing bacteria on contact. So let me tell you, when the first night I used this wash, I had breakouts. Like I had Maskne. I said that very weird, but Maskne, I had it. And she was wreaking havoc on my skin. And I was like, I need to do something. So I researched about this wash, found it, got it from Target for less than $10. And when I woke up the next morning, she was like, Maskne wear. So I was like, ooh, a gem. So I've been using it ever since, except for today. And I like her. She doesn't make me feel like dry afterwards. I'm sorry that I'm like referring to them as she, but it doesn't make me feel dry like afterwards. Like it doesn't strip my skin. I don't know if it's for like sensitive skin, but my skin is sensitive and it worked. But your skin could be a different sensitive than mine. Mine has been like I said, I used a lot of stuff before that, so she kind of used to a lot. Yeah, just take precaution with it. It don't got no fragrance in it, so it don't smell good. Fragrance for me is like a love-hate. Sometimes things with fragrance in it is just like ooh, but then sometimes my skin is like, why did you do that to me? Like, why would you put that on me? So but it doesn't have any fragrance. So, and I think all of the stuff I'm going to tell you about doesn't have fragrance. Maybe this. Now these are things that, I mean, I'll tell you if I like them, but for the most part I discontinued them in my routines because like I said, I was switching stuff around. Some of these things cannot be used together. So depending on what I wanted to work on, which was mainly after the pandemic, was mainly the Maskne and my hyperpigmentation. So depending on if it was doing it right or if it was not, and if it could be used with the other stuff that is actually working, that is how I determined like if I should move on. So the first one is the salicylic acid cleanser by CeraVe. It worked for my hormonal acne, but for my Maskne, that like I just said was whooping my ass, she didn't do that good. And it wasn't, in my opinion, for my skin and my situation, it wasn't that good of a everyday cleanser. So I stopped using, but I will say that it works. It does work for sure. Especially with the texture. Like my texture was out of this world, and I used it like probably 3 times, and I was like smooth as a butt, or a baby's butt, because yeah, I was smooth. And my sister tried it too, and she was smooth. So it definitely is worth a try for sure. Using that, you gotta like, well, I mean, period, you should be using SPF. But I mean, it's an acid, so you definitely have to, for sure. The next one I was using was the ordinary mandelic acid, which promotes collagen production, accelerates cell turnover, regulates sebum, unclogs pores, and reduces inflammation. So I stopped using this because of the salicylic acid cleanser that I just said from CeraVe, which I felt like I needed that more than I needed this. It is very gentle. I do feel like, you know how you have those very like small fine pores on your nose and under your chin, under your bottom lip? She works on those. So if that's what you're trying to target and that's what you need to like work through, then I definitely recommend trying this. And she's very gentle, and you only need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. I don't know why it's always hard to open though. This is the consistency. Like water. It's kind of like water. The next thing is this salicylic acid mask. And okay, so the mandelic acid I only used at night, salicylic acid wash I used night and day. And then this mask I use like once or twice a week. And it targets textural irregularities, uneven skin tone, and signs of congestion. So it helped with texture. Like I said, even with the wash, like it helps with texture for sure. I didn't use it long though, long enough to see how it affected my PIH. So I can't really, talk about that because it does say that it helps with uneven skin tone, but I can't really attest to that. But the reason I stopped using this is not only because I started using the benzoyl peroxide, but because it was very drying and it like stripped my face, which is like, I guess expected for a clay mask because that's what it is. It's clay. But it was just very drying and I was like, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. The next one that I actually really liked, and I can't tell you why I stopped using it, because I liked it. I just felt like I was doing too much, I guess, is the Marine Hyaluronics, also from The Ordinary. It has amino acids that attract and hold water, and it's lighter than hyaluronic acid. So it was super amazing, lightweight. But as far as like my skin's like barrier, I didn't really need it. And I just felt like I was doing too much because I think I used this one at night too, morning and night. But I might even start back using this one because it doesn't have anything that I think would like clash with the other stuff that I'm using. And it just made me feel nice and juicy. And we love feeling juicy. So yeah, if you need some moisture, if your skin, if you're dry, I think you should try this. It even says on there, ultra lightweight hydration support. But yeah, I say try for sure. I liked her. Okay, now we can get into some SPF, baby. Come get some of this guy. Okay, so my go-to is the Vino. Can you see her? Yes, a Vino. Every 2 hours you should reapply. So see, that's my problem with SPF. I just started really getting into the reapplication. And that's probably been my problem, is not reapplying. So let's start together with the reapplying. But yeah, I love her. But if you're already oily, I will say that she makes me a little oily. But my skin is normal. I'm not oily, I'm not dry. So she does what she needs to do for me. I do use the 2-finger rule from Makeup for Women of Color. And I do feel like I'm protected. And I do put it on my ears, I put it on my neck, and I feel like y'all need to stop skipping your eyelids. Because I know y'all not putting it on your eyelids. I can tell, because I wasn't. So I know you're not. But now I am. But yeah, I love her. I recently tried the CeraVe, what is it? Sheer Tint Hydrating Sunscreen. SPF 30, lightweight, non-greasy, for sure. If you're oily, I feel like you could try this one because it did make me feel like, ooh, it has niacinamide in there. Ooh. Okay, so this is a tinted one, sheer tint. So it's a little brown kind of, which threw me off because I was expecting it not to be, if that makes sense. But then again, I did the 2-finger rule with this one. I feel like I was kind of ghostly, but it went away fast. So, I haven't really used this one long enough to really tell you much, but I did feel ghostly, and but I also feel, just for like a second or two, ghostly with the Aveeno one too. So maybe it's just me feeling like my skin needs to always look like my skin, but it doesn't. So, okay. Now we're gonna move on to the body, because, you know, it's getting cold out here. It is that season when niggas cut a check for no reason. No, I'm kidding, but no, I'm not. So over quarantine, let me backtrack. When I was a child, I did have eczema when I was a baby, but it was very mild. So during quarantine, my skin decided, only my arms decided that act up. So they got smacked up. And what helped me, like, I just had it on like my hands a little bit, more on this arm, my left arm, than on my right. And what helped me was my donkey milk soap. Bitch, I ain't heard that one. But anyway, I didn't hear it either until I heard it. And I got it from this esthetician I follow on Twitter, who is also very super funny. She's from Texas. I found her through Makeup of Women of Color. That's where I found her. Because you know how it says, oh, this person's following, and then it'd be their tweet. So I was like, oh girl, you talking that talk. So I followed her. And she recommended donkey milk soap. Now, at the time, I was like, where do I find this? Where do I get it? And I think she had an Etsy shop, but when I went to it, it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, let me get on the internet and find me some donkey milk soap. So I went to the go-to, because I was like, I need this like ASAP. Like I've never experienced this. Like eczema, I've never experienced that. So I was like, let me get on Amazon so they can get it to me tomorrow. So I found this one, which I don't know if, I mean, it worked. It did what it needed to do. But this is the one I got from Amazon. And it worked for me. This is, and it came in a 2-pack, so that's why I have this one still. The other one's in the shower. But, it did what it needed to do. But I am gonna try to hunt somebody down and see if I can get some that's not like mass produced, you know? Just to see if there's like a difference. But yeah, that worked for me. Oatmeal soap worked for me. Also, since it's been like wintry, coldy in LA, I started like when I get out the shower, I lotion down obviously, and then like after that I put this oil. Now don't drag me, because I know there was some stuff about Johnson & Johnson, and so I had this baby oil, and it's like a very thick consistency, and I put that over my lotion, and I feel like it lock in the moisture, and so far I've been loving it. I'm gonna just sip my tea on that one. I hope you like it too. But if you are now at this point of this video, then I thank you so deaf. So deaf. Only the real ones know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that maybe, you know, you heard something you like and you want to go try it, and you be like, oh, Payton put me on. I'll be like, yeah, I put you on. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be back, and happy holiday time. Stay warm, stay sane, and yeah, make sure you self-care. Oh, no. Okay, bye.